Well, Ray J came back and he had something to say about Suge Knight's phone conversation with Cuomo. Let's take a look at this.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up, y'all? As you guys already know, we've been keeping a close watch on everything that's going around Diddy's orbit right now, and there's been a lot of people hiding, and there's been some important people that have spoken out. Suge Knight happened to be one of those people. Ray J also happened to be one of those people as well. In fact, if I'm correct, I think Ray J is the one who actually connected Cuomo to Suge Knight for the interview. The person who's on the phone saying, hey, can you say something positive? That's actually Ray J saying that on the phone with Suge Knight while Suge Knight is having this interview with Cuomo. So Suge Knight said what he said, right? Now we got Ray J. He has more to say about what Suge Knight said. And what Suge Knight said was scathing, man. He said a lot of stuff. He dropped some names. He dropped some knowledge. He dropped some inside info on things that he knew about Diddy and the record industry or the entertainment industry. It is pretty interesting, but I am very curious about why Ray J is back and what he has to say here. So let's take a look at this video, guys. Let's go.
Host of the podcast Naughty But Nice, Rob Shooter. First, Ray J, give us an assessment of Suge Knight's credibility. Where should he be believed? Where should he not be believed?
Well, I mean, if you look at his track record, I mean, he pretty much ran the hip hop and music scene during the Death Row era. So a lot of people he know and a lot of people he has been around. I can't vouch for everything because I'm not Suge, but I can just tell you, like, most of the time, Suge is saying something is coming from experiences. He's not like making it up like he's writing Green Eggs and Ham. Like, this is serious.
So
Green Eggs and Ham. Okay. Now, first off, Ray J still to me has this like walking on thin ice type of attitude. You know what I mean? You could see he's really, really trying to trudge through this as gently and as diplomatically as he can, because clearly he doesn't want to get himself in trouble. He doesn't want to get himself involved, but he also is being very transparent and very out here. And that could be a move. Think about that. That could be a move of like, hey, I'm helping with these conversations and getting you connected to Suge Knight and all these other people. And I keep showing up and putting my face out here on the television. So don't at me. That could be a move on his part, right? Some way of manipulating the general public, or he could really be innocent. Anything's possible here, right? But it is interesting that, you know, he is the one that was on the phone call. He is the one who's speaking about this and basically saying like, Suge Knight been there, done that, so we should believe him because he ain't lying. But here's the thing. If you knew that Suge Knight knew about these things, then that means you knew about these things too, Ray J. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If he knew this stuff way before Suge Knight even had the interview from yesterday, then Ray J knows about this. So why he acting all brand new, in my personal opinion? Let's go.
First things first. It was impossible in real time to vet what he was going to say, Rob, because I didn't know what he was going to say. But we are getting responses.
I didn't either, man.
Oh, listen, hey.
Ain't that funny? Okay.
Ray J, you did nothing but help. You are helping advance the conversation with people who are willing to discuss their perspective. That is a precious commodity in this investigation right now.
Did you hear me trying to tell Suge to be positive too as well? Okay, cool. I didn't know.
Yes.
He's trying really hard. You see what I'm saying? Am I the only one who sees this? That's just what I see. It seems like he's working really, really hard to basically say, hey, look. Yo, my name's Bennett. I ain't in it. I'm just trying to help y'all. Okay. You see, it's just a very interesting move if it's a move.
I had to get that in.
Yes, but I mean, you're not going to control what he says, but you provided him the opportunity to make his witness. So you're all good as far as I'm concerned.
And he made a lot of good points. He made a lot of good points.
Yeah, listen, I mean, this is his world. Clive Davis responds and says the points about him were not good, his spokesperson. This is a completely fabricated thread being trafficked by an incarcerated felon, but that doesn't mean he's not telling the truth. Mr. Knight's assertions about Clive Davis are 100% false. Nothing of the sort ever happened. Clive is a mentor to artists, and in keeping with this, never ever condone any such inappropriate behavior. Specifically,
Wow.
Rob, Suge Knight suggests that P. Diddy wasn't just taught things by his mentors, he was abused by them, and that his behaviors are a function of hurt people hurting people.
Yeah, he said it last night. I was watching the show at home, Chris. It was an amazing thing to reveal. I've got to agree here with Ray J. Suge knows this world. So is he larger than life? Might he exaggerate? Maybe. I think a lot of people probably do. But fundamentally, this is his world. If he told me something, I'd be very happy using him as a source, as an insider. I trust what he says. And so he was particularly around when Diddy was growing up in the business. He didn't just come out as being P. Diddy. He started small and he got bigger and bigger.
Yep. You got to remember, these guys have been around each other for a long time. Okay. In a way, they all cut their teeth around each other at the same time. Again, I said this on the show yesterday. If Suge Knight knew about these things and these crimes were actually happening, that means he either was too chicken to actually speak out and call out Diddy on these things, or he was a part of these crimes too. That's just what I think.
Suge was around during those years. So that stuff, I would guess overall, maybe not specifically, is pretty accurate.
But Rob, you were his publicist. You were around him, not, after dark deep or whatever, they're calling P. Diddy's, other activities. But
they're called freak-offs, buddy. They're called freak-offs.
How would you have never heard this type of allegation that he was going after underage people? He was having, all kinds of sex with people who were or were not consenting. How would you not have heard it?
Yeah, I think people that get away with this for a really long time are really good at covering it up. It's almost like being a functioning alcoholic and you just never see the liquor. I never saw it. I really didn't. When I was with him, he was professional. Was he rude? Was he aggressive? Yes. Did he like to be told? Yes, of course. But I never ever saw any of the sexual stuff. And I think that probably was by design. He kept his inner circle really, really small. I was part of a larger circle, not the inner circle, for a short period of time. And so I think this was sort of the reason that he managed to keep this a secret and evade the law, any consequences for particularly maybe over a decade.
Now, again, you hear this publicist basically saying like, hey, I was there, but I wasn't there when it comes to this other stuff. But, he says, I was on the outside of this inner circle. Obviously, there was a much inner circle going on. Ray J wasn't a part of that stuff. Really? He grew up with this guy. But then again, that could very well be it. We got to err on the side of caution here too. Ray J could be completely oblivious of all of this stuff. That is a strong possibility. But it is also a strong possibility that he knew about these things as well. Just saying. But this publicist, yeah, I don't see this guy being invited to the after parties so much. Just saying, his job is to be a publicist. So there's a possibility that he really wasn't a part of them. But then again, maybe he was too. You never know, right? I think we also see Ray J as guilty by association because of how close he was with Diddy, right? So it's easy for us to instantly think that, oh yeah, he's involved in this stuff, but it's hard not to see that,
Ray J, help me understand something. How do you interpret these celebrities that knew P. Diddy very well or tangentially deleting all their tweets? What is this? Well, how am I supposed to understand that?
Well, first off, I want to say I have a lot of respect for Clive Davis. He's somebody that's inspired us all in the music game. And I think that in this situation, people are quitting. You see a lot of people stepping down from their executive positions in music. And I think a lot of people are tying that up with Diddy. We don't know exactly why everybody is quitting or why everybody's quiet.
Well, don't you think that's a little bit odd that all these CEOs and these higher ups and these big record companies are stepping down right around at the same time that Diddy is getting arrested? I mean, come on, guys. Let's keep it a buck. Shouldn't we? We shouldn't be in trouble for doing the math when the math is mathing. Okay. Them just sitting there going, oh, yeah, we're stepping down just because doesn't make any sense. And all of them in one fell swoop, doing it one after another, falling down like dominoes. It doesn't make any sense. It's too much of a coincidence for us to sit there and say, oh, no, those guys just quit randomly all at the same time, independently of no knowledge of Diddy or any of them knowing that they were stepping down all at the same time. I mean, it just, nah, man, it's too much of a coincidence.
But I can say this, a lot of celebrities in this power come from environments where they think certain ways of doing business, cutthroat, disrespectful, shady, chasing fast money, these are normal because, they saw their mentors do it. I mean, Diddy did it, even Suge, and so even though they're learning on the fly, but they're also mimicking the executives above them that they learn from. So, I think we have to break that cycle and keep following a new blueprint, and that's evolving instead of ending up in the same place, broken, bad relationships, in jail, or worse.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Ray J is saying a lot of stuff in here. And of course, I could see him trying to protect. He's trying to protect himself as best as he can, because you got to remember the streets are watching. The streets are watching. So I get it that he's going to try to be as diplomatic, try to stay riding the fence as best as he can. Because, of course, one, these are people that he grew up with. These are people that he admires. These are people that he considers friends, and especially when it comes to Diddy. And I'm sure he's still in shock. Let's just err on the side of if he didn't know anything at all. I'm sure that Ray J is in shock if he didn't know anything at all. If he knew that this was coming, he shouldn't be very shocked. But I could see he's either doing this out of protection, saying what he's saying, or because he really is completely oblivious to what actually happened here. Obviously, I lean a little bit more on one side than the other, but that's neither here nor there. What I think is very interesting, though, is that, of course, he's the one who's helping Suge Knight get on to Cuomo's show. He comes back again talking about this whole situation again, also talking about Clive, which, if these claims are true, Clive has a lot of explaining to do as well. And I think it's interesting that the spokesperson, spoke out basically saying that these are baseless lies. This is all fiction. It's all fake news, as some people would say, right? I don't know. I think that Diddy had to do this somewhere. He had to learn this from somewhere. Could it have been when he was back in his college days that he learned this stuff from somebody? Did he learn it from his childhood? Don't know. Or did he learn it during being in the entertainment business? God only knows. But one thing for sure is that everybody else that's involved in helping him put this whole thing together are about to go down. Feds already have footage. They already have documents. Feds would not have been going after Diddy in this way and have arrested him if they did not have enough smoking evidence to take this man down. And like I said, anybody else who's involved is going to go down with him. Now, I will say this. If Ray J is genuine and his intentions here are genuine, I commend him for stepping forward and doing what he's doing right now. But I am still, I still have a questionable, I'm questionably side-eyeing him right now. Okay, it's a soft side-eye when it comes to Ray J and what his intentions are. But anyway, that is the video. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts are. What do you think of the conversation here? Okay, hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button, and most definitely don't forget to hit that follow button if you're watching on other platforms. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.